Volvo Rents, an international construction equipment rental company, shows that 10% of their customers generate 83% of their revenue and profits and transact 12 plus times per year. They call this group the best of the best customers. Burger King, 25% of their customers generate 50% of revenue and transact over 15 times per month. They added a 1-pound breakfast burrito to broaden their appeal to their best of the best clients. Best Buy fired their lowest tier customers in exchange for a greater focus on large spenders. According to the Wall Street Journal, the big box retailer decided not all customers were welcome. Colin Powell, American statesman, retired 4-star general, and former Secretary of State, once said, "90% of my time is spent on 10% of the world." Harris Entertainment identified a small group of customers who produced most of the company's profits. They found that people who spent between $100 and $499 per trip accounted for about 30% of gamblers, but were 80% of revenue and nearly 100% of profits. According to a year-long study of more than 1,300 brands and 54 million shoppers by Contrarian Marketing, 1.2% of shoppers account for 80% of Budweiser sales. Only 1% of IAM's pet food consumers account for a whopping 80% of their volume, and only 2.5% of consumers account for 80% of sales on the average packaged goods brand. So it's vital for us to understand Contrarian Marketing's central premise. Focus on the top 5 to 10% of your customer base that generates more than 70% of revenues and profits. Nick Maverick, Vice President of Marketing with Volvo Rents, reflects the Contrarian Marketing strategy when he says, "In marketing, many of us have been taught to be followers, imitating what our competitors do and wondering why subpar profitability plague many industries and companies. For some reason, a competitor's marketing campaign or strategy, especially if implemented by the market leader, has a curious seduction to the followers. They remind us that if you follow this line of logic, you may end up like competitors we all know, AIG, General Motors, and the hundreds of failed banks in 2009 and 2010, which are out of business or dependent on government assistance. They remind us that marketing is more than an advertisement or the latest fad marketing medium. Advertising makes people aware of a company, but enduring shareholder value is built by the strategy to focus on the best of the best customers and their actual experience. They remind us that all you have to do is dare to be different. That is, to be a contrarian in your marketing.